Joe here from I Wander UK. It's day 18 of the Southwest Coastal Path. Yesterday we got to Portreath and I managed to find a little bit of pitch at the south end of Portreath airfield, and there's like bunkers, I guess, left over from the war. It's a nice night, it was out of the wind, wasn't that cold, but I didn't sleep very well. But that's just me, it's not the tent or any of the equipment, it's just I'm not a very good sleeper. Today we're heading to Portreath, but over the next couple of days I've got Portreath and then Hale, so I might go a little bit further than Portreath depending on how I'm feeling today. But like I reflected on yesterday, I want to take my time and enjoy it, so let's see how the day goes on. Nice leisurely start. I actually cooked some sausages and mushrooms and rolls this morning while I was waiting for my tent to dry out. The sun's out, the wind's blowing a little bit cold, but it's all good. Just trying to get myself right on the path again now. St Agnes is inland a bit, but we're going around St Agnes Head. It's one of the first real lookout things for me. So let's get on it. What we're looking at for the first part of the morning. Beautiful. Got to go inland, up over that centre screen now, down through that little hamlet, back out up the top there somewhere. Can't see the path, but we'll find it. Mining country. Look at the stacks over there. Engine house. Past the church there. There's one up on the hill over there. Another stack over there. Yeah. I think they're called engine houses. I think they used to pump the water out. As the miners went down, they went literally below sea level and they flooded. They just pumped the water out so they continue doing. In fact, I think they actually went under the sea. Walking across the road from Driftwood Spars, the finger post points to the other side of the road. You go up the road literally 50 metres. There is no sign, but if you look down a gravel, almost like a gravel drive, you see someone's hand done a coastal path sign, which is ideal. Oh, it's only 20 past 10. I've had to lose the layer already, and I've got cotton wool mouth. Had a drink, got a bit of chewing gum in my mouth just to try and keep some moisture in it. I feel like I literally can't create saliva. Perhaps it's just too warm today. We'll see. It's part of our journey so far today. Drop down off that little headland there. Go inland a bit and then you have to climb up there. It's short, but it is steep for this early in the day. Cross the top and then drop back into the little bit of village here. And then back out again. And we're going out to the headland out this way now. About a mile and a half, mile and 3/4 to St Agnes Head. Last little look back from Rowan's Point, I believe. I'm sorry if I slaughtered that. Before our view changes again. It's 11:15, and when you get out of the wind, the sun is really warm. Bearing in mind this is March the 18th. And to be honest with you, I'm not striding out. The terrain's not that tough to walk over. But it's warm. I know I run hot, but I'm literally down to a shirt sleeves rolled up to the elbows and open at the neck as far as it will go. Like I say, this is another one of the reasons I chose March to go. Excuse me, I'm trying to look where I'm going. Probably quite wise, isn't it? Yeah, but it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. It's absolutely beautiful day today. Incredible how warm it is. Let's go enjoy the rest of it. Last little bit look back at the morning, I think. Centre screen there. Just above there and inland a bit is Portreath airfield. Sweeping across you can see Parent Sands that goes into Portreath. On the final walk round to it, like I said, I've got another 15 minutes or so. It's not too sheer and the Perth's quite wide, but the wind's been sneaking and trying to gently blow me off. It's not too scary. It's on paths like these that I find myself like drifting off, but in a good way. You've got just a fairly straightforward path in front of you. You're making good progress. You can look down at the sea, which I find quite hypnotic, and it almost wants to just pull me in. I could quite imagine just bobbing about in there at the moment because I'm quite warm. But it's really ideal for a reset. Just sitting in a hover. Pretending to be a kestrel. Now it's actually going back towards me. Quick view of what's ahead. I'll take more when I get up onto St Agnes Head. What's not to love when you're walking on a day like today? Crazy. March the 18th and it's just beautiful. And you know what I'm going to say, but look at the colour of that water. Oh my word. How about this for a bit of a ideal wild camping spot? Tucked in, surrounded on three sides, and a little lump on the other, just on the way to St Agnes Head. The pathway tucks in coming off the cliff, and there it is. Our next views and vistas to look at over the next couple of days. We're going to what the headlands are out there at the moment. I'll explore later. Sorry, that's the view from St Agnes Head. There's I think Tubby's Head, the little rock protrusion coming out there then, and beginning of Chapel Porth Beach that runs the length of there, and I believe Chapel Porth at the other end. We're going to go find out. Cornish engine houses, more engine houses, beautiful beaches with a beautiful sea, just staggering. He's the lucky man then, I get to take a 5-minute break here. What a location. It's coming down the hill now from towards Chapel Porth. Just got this little bit here. We're taking a quick break. Bench to sit on. I want to have a little couple of minutes exploring that engine house. But I've also got a view out on the bay as well. Does it get any better? Walls on these things must be over 3 foot thick. There's another foot after the end of my arm. I know I'm not that tall, but it's crazy how, I think how long ago these were built. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. Good morning. Approach to Chapel Porth, another one of those staggering long beaches. If we try to zoom in, you'd see about here a couple of people just about to go in for a paddle or a swim. Zoom back out again to normal view. Crazy long beaches. Just had a local stop and asked me where I was walking. I said to Portreath, and she warned me that after Porttowan, between Porttowan and Portreath, there's 2 really gnarly up and downs. They're really steep. It's really bad if the wind's getting up. Guess what's just happened? And the wind just got up. But we'll wait and see what happens. I'm just enjoying the day as it is. Days like this, you think it's just happy to be outside, really, Rainchick. In fact, I'm going to overegg this. Happy to be alive. It's just amazing today. Just walking out, wind just clearing your brain, blowing the cobwebs away. If you've got any crap thoughts, just seem to drift away. Beautiful day for a reset. Over from Chapel Porth basically starts off a rocky pathway, which I think is new because they've detoured it inland a bit due to cliffs being very dangerous, and then turns into things like little tracks like this just running through the gorse, like following a contour around. Just ahead, just getting our first view of Porttowan Beach. Centre of screen now. Just go down a couple of headlands and I think we'll drop down to it. Look at the colour of water in that little rock pool. Looks like it's got dye in it or something. Up the road from the Unicorn in Porttowan, There's a lot of development going on, all super modern houses. I prefer this little cute one here, just at the top. Little sneak preview where we're going next. Along this headland, I understand there's a couple of dips further down here, but wait and see. As you leave Portreath, take a sharp right after the Unicorn pub and basically go up to that hill. Tarmac road all the way up, and then it turns into a gravel path. You'll be doing like 20-25 minutes to that. You've got dry stone wall on one side and Heather on the right hand side. Not much really to see, to be honest with you, but you just got to push through it. There are some mine shafts, and there's lots of ways to go and explore them. At this moment in time, I'm not going to, but I can't promise. Here's the gravel path, and we just leave Portreath behind us now. That's the day marker. I assume so anyway. Not quite as attractive as the one at Padstow, which is gorgeously old and built, but I suppose it serves its purpose. Looking out to sea. Or not looking out to sea. To be able to see from the sea, obviously. It's my bit of a landmark. It's where they used to hold smugglers, as they call them. They realised if they could keep them from not standing up squatting, they might actually learn a little now, or just make it up as they go along. Steps coming down the granite face, are mostly solid, so not too bad, but then hillocks coming down here with a weight on the back. It must be 3/4 an hour, maybe an hour out of Portreath, and it's just more of this dry stone wall and gorse land. Well, normally that would be lovely, but I'm afraid to say I've got a low boredom threshold. If that was the only thing I was doing, I'd be looking forward to it, but I'm looking for the next little treasure now. I really need to stop and take a break for 10 minutes or so, let myself cool down, but I just keep pushing around that next little bit, hoping I'm going to catch something. Yeah, if not, I'll give it another 10 minutes or so, and if nothing turns up, I'll just have to have a squat down in its course. Found a little spot to take 10 minutes. Get my boots off. I didn't do this yesterday and I missed it. I think it made a world of difference. It was threatening with rain when I was at Perranporth, so I just pushed on regardless. But I'm going to sit here for 10 minutes, contemplate that hill, the steps in front of me, and the onward journey. Apparently the previous dip that I went through about half an hour ago, with the steps going down and steps coming back up again with the granite bits on, I said it's called Sally's Bottom. Who would have thought it? Just cross-referring to my book, and I had a quick look on Google Maps as well, to be honest with you. The little rock that looks a bit like a shark fin, and then the smaller ones, I think Portreath is this side of there, just tucked in a bit. Let's hope so, because that'd be amazing. That 10 minutes turned into half an hour. I got my boots off and it was so lovely. I could just hear the waves crashing on the rocks below. Just so relaxing. So I just sat here, enjoyed the sun, got out the wind, and I had 30 minutes to myself, and it was fantastic. Not sure how far I got these steps to conquer. The way downhill apparently is a bit gnarly, but then steps on the other side, but I don't think I'm that far from Portreath. That's where I was trying to get to today, but I'm gonna try and crack on because I want to get a bit of a head start for tomorrow, especially while the weather's good. Let's get this back on my back. I guess the path drops over the other side there then, and then we're going up those there. Just pretend to go to bed for the night, I guess. After those steps, and as you leave the MOD property behind on your left hand side, the path smooths out a bit. It's easy going, but it hasn't got those, oh, stone corrected, there's little bits of all size different rocks that just somehow manage to squish your feet. I'm not whining about it, it's a path in the middle of bloody nowhere. It's just an observation when you're battered feet. It's just nice occasionally to get that little bit of cliffland, and it's such a relief on your feet. But there you go. We're heading towards Portreath now, hopefully. We'll see how far it takes, how long it actually takes to get there. I'm hoping not long, because I'd like to push on. Last set of steps going down, and it looked like it just dropped off and back up. Literally 30-40 minutes you're on the way downhill into Portreath, so at least you know where you're going. Look at the surf on that. There's no one in it. Oh, there's one person in, 2, 3. Get it? Not quite. Heading up Battery Hill, leaving Portreath. Trying to get on for another couple of miles to see if we can find somewhere to camp overnight. Another lovely little house that suits me, perched on the hill. Just saying. Looks like we're walking down the hill here, and then another little beach on the other side here. Just trying to find my way out of here somewhere. I think I found it up the middle of there. It was right there, then I left there, I'm guessing, and down through that little bit there. There's gnarly for you. Would you walk along the edge of that? I'm not going to say anything about the colour of the sea. No, I'm not going to say anything. Wow, those seagulls down there. Seagulls or terns or something. Literally hundreds of them. Pretty safe down there, I think. No one's going to go down there and get them. After you walked up Battery Bay, found your way up through the houses and then come up till you get onto the cliff tops again. This is where I identified initially to camp overnight. There are a few spots around. It looks like there's a lot of gorse, but there is some flat bits, but the trouble is you're on top of the cliff. It's a bit windy today, but that's not the reason I'm doing it. I'm trying to get a couple of miles on tomorrow, like I said before. But a lot of wind, and you tuck over by that dry stone wall there, depending on which way the wind's coming obviously, and you'll be alright. Walk along the cliff tops fairly easy going because the soil's just compacted soil, nice and easy underfoot. Because of the cliff elevation, there's been a diversion where you have to take your way fair through the edge of a field, just keeping the barbed wire fence on your right hand side basically. But walking on grass is like walking on carpet. It's lovely. But you're on the top of the cliff, so you're going to be knackered whichever way the wind comes. I guarantee you'll still right then maybe. Still powering over this cliff top, so I'll look at what they're called afterwards, but I'm trying to get somewhere with a pitch. Like I said, there's plenty of places out here, but the wind's just too strong. This pathway, like I showed you before, is like a hard compacted gravel path with before it was nice and wide. Now we're getting to the stage where there's just gorse on either side, so there's no chance of chucking a tent up on either side of it, even though it's protected out of the wind before. You know, 20 minutes ago I was out on the grassland there and it was just whistling straight across. Shame really, because there's some beautiful flat patches, but there you go, press on. Doesn't always work the way you want it to. This is the cliff top we've been walking along for the last hour or so. Nice enough, but you can't actually see anything because of the gorse. Well, I can't, but then I'm slightly below average height. I think just around that rock's Portreath. Day 18, got the tent pitched up just in time. You can see the shadows actually on the tent, I just climbed up a bit. Not a bad view. Probably 45 metres above sea level. Let's hope we're protected from the wind tonight. We'll soon find out. Not too shabby a night. Night 18. I basically pushed my luck tonight. I powered on through the last little bit. I think it's worth it, as long as the wind doesn't switch around at the end of tonight. Duck down just a little bit here. It's actually switching around a bit now, but I'm staying. It's worth it. That's me for the night. Cliff edge there. Sun going down.